Well, Sydney, Australia, certainly the happening place to be at. You saw Sydney Harbor there, Tamarama Beach. Some beautiful stops, but if you're a tennis fan, it's the Sydney International Tennis Center and quarterfinals of the Davis Cup. Leighton Hewitt taking on Guillermo Coria in this opening rubber. And it's Leighton Hewitt with a 2-set advantage. And boy, some of these numbers Coria won't like to see. Too many unforced errors and opportunities that he just could not capitalize on.
Sydney, which has hosted so many memorable Davis Cup matches. We mentioned the 1954 record breaker. Over 28,000 appeared at White City Stadium. I remember back in 1960, the Aussies beating the Italians at White City in a fairly quick match. We, the Americans, had been upset earlier by the Italians that year, which is something I'd like to forget. But a great Davis Cup city in Australia. Wow, now Coria looking a little distraught.
15 love.
Now we'll see if Hewitt maybe takes a few more chances, Leaf, with this big lead. 2-0. Tries to maybe close out some points a little more quickly. It's not his style. Bill Tilden said in his book, Winning Tennis, never change a winning game, always change a losing game. I remember that, but it's a little hard to follow sometimes.
Yeah, that was really the first tennis Bible, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
First thorough exploration, I think, by one of the game's superstars.
Absolutely. Well, that's where the seventh game theory started, with that book, Leaf. Tilden saying that many times in almost every set, that seventh game becomes the key game. Wow, and Hewitt there jumps inside, rolls that big forehand cross-court winner.
40-15.
I think we're going to see him try a bit more of this with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, flexing his muscles on that swing volley.
Yes.
40-30.
No.
So more unforced errors from Coria's racket, and Hewitt continues to roll now. He's won 7 of the last 8 games, and he really is in complete control. You know, Coria has a fairly respectable career record on grass, 9 wins, 7 losses. He was a finalist at Hertogenbosch in the Netherlands last year, but it just seems like the grass and Hewitt today are starting to get to him. He's just not able to produce his best tennis.
No question about it, Leaf. As we look at some of the highlights from that second set, Hewitt in knocking off the backhand volley. He looked very much in control, just except for a couple of lost opportunities, and there it was, a missed backhand volley. Look at our second set summary. Certainly some interesting stats there, but the unforced errors, there you see it right there. Only 1 for Leighton Hewitt, 10 on the other side for the Argentine.
Whoa! 15 love.
The minute we talk about unforced errors, there's one for Hewitt, who's had very few.
Consistency is so much an expression of your concentration and how well you can concentrate. If you start making errors, they tend to multiply. So you really have to be very strong mentally to overcome the mistakes you're making. Having said that, I'm not sure that Coria has enough here to get past Hewitt from such a big deficit. Although perhaps that hold of serve will give him a little more confidence. It's been a while since he's held serve. He's lost his last 2 service games up to that one.
It's the easiest service game for Coria since very early in the first set. A full house here at Homebush Stadium, site of the 2000 Olympic tennis competition. This stadium was built for that competition, and they've really used it effectively ever since.
I think everyone was thinking, well, Leighton Hewitt will win that title. Unable to do it. Yevgeny Kafelnikov won the gold medal, as did Venus Williams on the women's side. Of course, Hewitt has an outstanding record in Sydney, however. He's won the ATP event, the Sydney International, 4 occasions, and he's undefeated on Davis Cup play in Sydney.
'Well, I remember when Hewitt as a teenager won that tournament in Adelaide, his hometown. Everybody was saying, who is this kid from Adelaide that just came out of nowhere? Way back in 1998 when he won that tournament in Adelaide, becoming the youngest tour winner at 16 years and 10 months since Michael Chang way back in 1988. So a big effort for Hewitt in his hometown.
He's been a very precocious champion. He seems to have done so many great things at a young age. As you mentioned, the youngest player to finish the year at #1 as well.
Adelaide, the home of Australian rules football, and Hewitt's dad, Glenn, one of the top Australian players years ago, along with another Davis Cupper, Ken McGregor, who lived and still does in Adelaide, Australia. Mancini giving the umpire a little trouble on some close line calls, and you heard a roar from the Argentine crowd there. They liked that call.
Well, the level of play, the quality of play has tailed off somewhat as we've sort of hit a rough patch for both men.
Oh, Hewitt trying to do a little too much. Now, Coria with a chance early in this third set to try and crawl his way back into this. And a foot fault called. First foot fault of the day against Leighton Hewitt.
And out of nowhere, Coria breaks Hewitt's serve. So Coria very much alive, although he's down 2 sets to love. The Australian bench, I'm sure comfortable with a 2-set advantage that Leighton Hewitt has, although Coria rallying just a bit here in the third set. He's got a break of serve up 2-1. So nearing the 2-hour mark here in the Sydney International Tennis Center.
Yes. But, you know, for the first time in a long time, the Australian doubles team, maybe not household names, Woodbridge and Woodford in the past, obviously Newcomb and Roach through the years. The Aussies have always had very strong doubles teams, but this will be a new test with Hewitt and Wayne Arthurs this year. They'll be playing tomorrow. We'll have it.
Yeah, that second serve was just sitting there, and Hewitt gave it what it deserved.
Let second service.
You can hear that little beep from the electronic device on top of the net. I kind of miss the net court judge out there.
Well, each time Coria has earned the advantage with a break of serve or the advantage in the tiebreaker, he's been unable to take advantage. And here again, up 2-1. Now tight on his serve at 30-all.
Good. Oh. Hewitt's going to get it. He's there. He started early.
40-30.
Trying to ease that ball up the line. That's the highest part of the net. 6 inches higher up the line, and he just missed it.
Yeah, he made up the ground well, didn't he? He was behind the baseline and was there.
He was there. He started early. He saw it coming. Big first serve.
Argentina leads 3-1.
So finally, Coria is able to take advantage of a break and underline it with a hold of serve. And he gets to 3-1. A little bit of space.
Yeah.
And it's hard to forget that 4-2 advantage in the opening set when he had 4 breaks of serve to go up 5-2. 2-break advantage. Failed to capitalize and has thus surrendered the last couple of sets.
Yeah, this could be an entirely different match had he won that first set. Even though Hewitt's down a break, you just don't get the feeling that he's out of this set.
Love 15.
Well, if you go on this year's performance from Coria,
15-all.
it's been a bit understated. He has yet to win a title, but the fact that he played that Rome final against Rafael Nadal, it turned out to be the longest final in Open tennis history. Nadal winning it in the final set. 5 hours and 14 minutes. So if there's someone who likes to stay out there a long time, it's Coria. But of course, the man across the net doesn't mind that either. Leighton Hewitt.
Oh, he overhits the forehand. A very easy approach shot from Coria. Tries to do a bit too much with it.
So I guess the significance in terms of this tie, however, is that Coria is not playing doubles. Hewitt is, so he will have to produce tomorrow no matter what the length of this match is.
When you think about it, Leaf, there have been very few Australian Davis Cup teams. As we have another look at this replay as Hewitt just crunches that forehand into the open court. Nice approach shot, good footwork, and then moves around to knock off the forehand volley. Ooh, that's good. When you think about it, one man, very strong players from Australia, Hewitt in that situation this year. The only person I can think back to was the great Frank Sedgman, who was a one-man, real strong player for Australia, had a great doubles partner in Ken McGregor, but he helped Australia win a couple of Davis Cup matches, really virtually single-handedly. But other than that, you got Hode Rosewall, Laver Emerson, Cooper Anderson. They came by twos all the time through the years. So a lot of pressure on Leighton Hewitt over these 3 days. Ooh, that's good. Oh.
Advantage. Argentina.
The ball called long. And finally, Coria gets a break on a call.
Well, Hewitt had plenty of room into the backhand corner. Instead, it played it back down the forehand. Coria just standing there. So here's a chance. Second break.
Oh, he'll get it.
So a second break of serve it is, and Coria has rallied here in the third set. He's up 4-1. So just over 2 hours of tennis here at the Sydney International Tennis Center. Australia hosting Argentina, and it's Guillermo Coria who has rallied here in the third set. 4-1 with two breaks of serve against the world number 2 Leighton Hewitt. And not much for the Australians here to cheer about in this third set, but they do have the 2-love advantage. Barry, I haven't seen that suit hanging in your closet of late.
I don't have one of those. I'll have to check my
the ice cream suit.
My tailor.
So here is Guillermo Coria serving at 4-1.
Let for service.
You would just seem to lose a bit of concentration in that last service game. He tried a bit too much. Coria.
Well, Hewitt is a player who enjoys a target, and you can see he creates one here with this pass. The Argentine unable to finish, and Hewitt cleans it up nicely.
Hewitt trying to get one break back. Best of 5. It's very interesting to see how players play this kind of a set. They conserve a bit of energy. I don't think he will now. Love 30.
Love 30. And please. $15.30.
The top of the racket from Hewitt. Coria in with one of his best serves.
30 all.
Well, like Hewitt, Coria has improved his serve. It has more weight. It has always had good location, but you can see it's got some pace. Dodges the break point with an ace. And he's enjoying that serve down the tee.
Advantage Argentina.
Hewitt has made more errors in this one set than he did in the first 2 sets combined.
Yeah, he really has, and he was so stingy about that. He just did not give much away. So things not looking so good for Hewitt. Opportunity for Coria, though, to get to 5-1.
Yes.
It was a lead and then called a fault. Ooh, that was costly. Game point, he lets it slip away. A let. And then it looked clearly like it was long on the service line.
Well, Coria pretty brave taking that lob in the air.
Argentina.
A high defensive lob from the Aussie.
The only problem with letting a high lob bounce on a grass court, Leaf, as we all know, is it may not bounce. It may just come up a couple of inches, which would be a catastrophe.
So Coria gets to 5-1. I'm sure in Hewitt's mind, he's thinking that, okay, this set is pretty much lost. I'll try and hold my serve. But you always have to manage your emotions and the ups and downs of a long 3 out of 5 set match. And not many players better at it than Leighton Hewitt.
Yeah, I think we'll see Hewitt in this game, as you mentioned, Leaf, go for some shots, and I don't think we'll see him running for every ball. Knowing that he can conserve some energy here, he would be up 2-1.
Left
a fault.
15.
Roll that forehand, put some side spin on it, bring it in, just missed the sideline. And another double fault.
15-30.
Well, this set has really been a journey into the unknown. We just didn't expect this from Hewitt, who was riding such a wave of confidence. But his game has really unraveled here, and it's Coria just 2 points away from winning this third set. Too good. So Coria building some momentum with that winner and giving himself a couple of set point chances.
Drop shot, he'll get it.
Yes, and Coria able to finish with a flourish, and he wins the third set. So Hewitt 2 sets to 1 up, but far from done.
Sydney, Australia, 2005 Davis Cup quarterfinals, and suddenly Guillermo Coria out of Argentina has come roaring back in this match. 6-1 in the third set as Albert Mancini